Hello, beautiful people. How are you today? I'm super excited to share 3 life hacks that will change the life of an empath. That's what we're going to go over today. If you are highly sensitive or you've defined yourself as an empath because all of a sudden all this information was coming out about empaths and you were like, oh my gosh, finally something to explain the weird stuff I'm going through. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 things today that may really help. I know it's helped for me, so I hope these 3 things help you too. My name is Abraxas. I love helping people find brilliant possibilities in their lives and helping them remember to be their greatest, best self. All right, so let's dive in. And if you want more tips about energy work, consciousness work, being your best self, be sure to subscribe to the channel. All right, so 3 life hacks. This is going to sound kind of strange because you've finally found kind of home with the identity of being an empath. But number 1 life hack is detach from the role. Detach from the role of being an empath. Listen, guys, everyone has these kind of consciousness skills. Really, everyone on the planet is an empath. We're all picking up energies, okay? But maybe you are have higher feelers out there, or perhaps you just are making the links, being like something's off. A lot of people feel things, but they don't question it. They just kind of go about their lives. You are in a stage of awakening where you're feeling things and you're starting to question it. You're starting to realize that, you know what, life can be better. I can feel better. And so you're starting to search and seek. And what you found is kind of your home in this role and this title as being a sensitive empath. But the truth is, by defining yourself as an empath, you actually are limiting your possibilities. So once we define ourselves and put ourselves in a box, then that reality always has to be so. So you'll find a lot of relief with kind of taking the role out of your life. Just, yeah, you're sensitive. You pick up things. You're aware of things, okay? You're super aware. Great. Okay, so let go of the role of empath. Let go of the significance of being sensitive. Just, we all have these capabilities, some a little bit more than others. And just know that you are super aware and you are a seeker. And now what's next? Because defining yourself as an empath is going to totally make those energies kind of destroy your life even more. All right, if there's any questions about that, put that in the comments. All right, number 2, raise your base vibration. Look, guys, the law of attraction is just a law of the universe. So if you're feeling certain heavy energies, guess what? There's something in you vibrating that to match that. This was a hard one for me to get over because I have been doing personal practice and trying to raise consciousness. And this especially happened with my parenting with my boys. I was like, why is everyone else having so much ease with parenting? And I come home and I'm like pulling my hair out with my 2 boys. And I had to realize that there was something in me that I was focused on, and a focused frequency, and my base frequency was actually matching that. And it really wasn't until just this year, when my boys are teenagers now, 13 and 16, that I realized, oh, this is what's been vibrating. This is my belief system around my boys. This is my focus point. And I actually changed it. I changed my base vibration around parenting them, and everything has changed. And it's way more easy. So guys, if you change your base vibration and where you are focusing your vibration, what comes at you will change, right? So as empaths, we have found that we're picking up a lot of intense energy and we start to feel depressed, anxious. We have body sensations that don't make sense, that don't add up, right? So what's going to happen is if we change our point of frequency to a lighter frequency, lighter things start to match, okay? Law of attraction is in work, and it doesn't change because someone's an empath, and it doesn't change because someone's a good person. It has nothing to do with that. The universe is not like moral or has a point of view. It's just like, oh, frequencies match, okay? So what we have to do is be a match for something else that feels better. Now, I noticed when I started to become a Reiki master that I actually didn't need any more like tools or anything. People are just like, oh, really brush stuff off after your Reiki sessions. I was like, I really don't need to, because the frequency of the Reiki was so high around my field that nothing else was really matching me anymore. I wasn't matching those lower frequency, the stuff that feels yucky. So how do you create a different base frequency? Well, get diligent about doing gratitude pages. Perhaps get Reiki, okay? Become a Reiki master. And simply, this is the simplest way, every day, several times a day, ask to be your highest consciousness. I am the frequency of my highest consciousness. I am the frequency of my ascended self. Those two questions may do it for you too. But the gratitude pages, the Reiki, asking for your highest consciousness, this has to be in your field all the time. You have to be asking for it until you ask so much that you become the frequency of it. And this will change your base frequency and what matches you. Number three is strong talk with your body. This is super important because in the past, what we've done is we feel empathy, we feel compassion for people, and we want to help. You know, we have this helper mentality, so we take the energy and we run it through our bodies to heal them while destroying our own body. So you have to kind of have a strong talk with your own body and say, you know what? We're not going to do this anymore. We're going to do this a different way. This is how the universe works, guys. Asking questions and setting intentions and saying this is the way it is. Because really, we're in a holographic universe and we're kind of creating it as we go, honestly. So what you're going to do is say, we're going to run things a different way. You get to call the shots. So what you're going to do is you feel something, you see someone suffering, you know, it's all over the media right now. I'm sure you can feel it in your body. So what you're going to do is, I feel that in my body. I'm going to expand this out and say, you know what, body, we're not going to run this program anymore. This program is shut down. It can come to my auric field, and then I can heal it from there. And what if you could heal it from there and just send it love, right? Instead of bringing it into your body, all right? One, let's have a different perspective. Nothing can really be put in this body because it's not a container. It's actually space. It's vibrating frequency, and there's space in between that vibration. So if you have a different perspective of like the body's never a container, then you can never bring anything into it. But I know for me that was hard. I was bringing everything into my body. You know, as a young girl, I was always really heavy and dense. I never really smiled. And all the adults were like, what's going on? Like, why aren't you happy? Why aren't you smiling? And I had an intense home life, and I was feeling the world, the intensity of the world and the intensity of my parents. And I didn't know. I had no idea. I thought I was just a morose, unhappy person. And through the years, I've learned that I was just super sensitive. And then I learned how to not be the effect of all those vibrations, learn how to create a different base vibration, right? And start to not be defined by being sensitive, all right? So all these things. Detach from your role, right? Let go of making significant your sensitivities. Number 2, raise your base vibration, which creates a different point of attraction from the universe, the energies that come to you. And then have a strong talk with your body. We're not going to do it this way. Just put it in my field. I'll send it love. And you get to stay healthy and bright and alive and awake. All right. And you can be a beacon of light and shed the light on the planet. Be the change, right? Be the change you want to see in the world, which means we want to be these bright beacons of awakened energy. And we cannot be that if we keep attracting the heaviness, processing the heaviness through our body, making it significant, that we're almost broken because we're an empath. Guys, all this has to change. These 3 things are super, super important. If you want more clarity on them, just put a comment or a question down in the comments section. We can continue this. This is really important if you want, 1, to change how you feel, but also the macrocosm helps the microcosm helps the macrocosm. Guys, you're doing planetary work by doing work here first, okay? So you're going to be the change first that you want to see out in the planet. It really does work that way. I've noticed it. Just on a small level, I've noticed when I do my work and change this up, my whole household changes up. And a whole household changes up, a whole neighborhood changes up, a whole neighborhood changes up, a whole town changes up, a whole town, a whole state, a whole state, a whole country, right? I mean, it really does work that way. So, my beautiful, beautiful friends, I hope this was helpful. If you would like more tips, more practices, more crazy perspectives about raising your consciousness and remembering your greatness, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the tribe. Have a good day.